All right, ChatGPT, write me a scene of introduction between a witch and a forest nymph. Both women in narrative form. Oh. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. Deep within the heart of an enchanted forest, bathed in the dappled sunlight that filtered through the towering emerald canopy, a witch named Seraphina emerged from the shadows of the ancient trees. Her long ebony tresses cascaded down her back, entwining with sprigs of delicate white flowers. Her eyes shimmered with a mystical glow, reflecting the wisdom and power that dwelled within her. Seraphina's presence in the forest was known far and wide, for she was the guardian of its secrets and the keeper of its magic. As she walked gracefully along a moss-covered path, her ears caught a faint melody carried by the whispers of the wind. The lilting voice belonged to a forest nymph named Ilara, whose ethereal beauty was said to rival the blossoms that bloomed in spring. Ilara's delicate form was adorned with a gown woven from delicate leaves, and her shimmering golden hair flowed freely around her like liquid sunlight. Curiosity piqued. Seraphina followed the alluring melody, guiding her towards the source. Eventually, she found herself standing in a small clearing where a babbling brook sparkled under the radiant sun. And there, perched upon a sun-kissed rock, was Ilara. Her luminous green eyes met Seraphina's, filled with wonder and an air of ancient wisdom. A moment of silence passed between them, as if the forest itself held its breath, sensing the significance of their meeting. Seraphina broke the stillness, her voice carrying the weight of centuries. "Greetings, fair nymph." "Nymph," she said, her voice a gentle caress that echoed through the clearing. "I am Seraphina, witch of the forest. Your song drew me here, and I am honored to finally make your acquaintance." Ilara's lips curved into a serene smile, her voice as melodic as the wind rustling through the leaves. "Seraphina, enchantress of the woods, your reputation precedes you. Your arrival is a harbinger of great magic and profound secrets. Welcome, dear sister of the mystical arts." In that instant, a bond formed between them, forged by a shared affinity for the unseen and a deep-rooted love for the natural world. Seraphina and Ilara circled each other like dancers in a cosmic ballet, their energies intertwining and intertwining. Same word. Resonating in harmony. With a graceful sweep of her hand, Seraphina conjured a shimmering aura of emerald light, a testament to her mastery over the forest's magic. Ilara responded in kind, her touch causing delicate flowers to bloom at her fingertips, releasing their intoxicating fragrance into the air. Their powers intertwined yet again, mingling in a symphony of color and sound. The forest stood witness to their artistry, celebrating the union of witch and nymph and the limitless possibilities it held. And so, beneath the verdant canopy, two extraordinary beings united, their destinies forever entwined. The witch and the nymph, guardians of the ancient woods, embarked on a journey together, bound by their shared reverence for nature and the mystical realm. From that day forward, their combined magic would breathe life into the forest, protecting its secrets and preserving its enchantment for generations to come. But I don't want the story to end, ChatGPT. Let's see, what could happen next? Okay. All right, the next scene in this story where Seraphina and Alara, I love that name, Alara, come upon a warlock who seems to need help, but not as all as it seems in narrative form. Narrative form. Let's see. Okay. Seraphina and Alara continued their journey through the enchanted forest, their steps in sync with the whispering breeze. Their bond grew stronger with each passing moment, a testament to their shared purpose as protectors of the mystical realm. As they ventured deeper into the woods, a soft hum filled the air, tugging at their senses. The source of the sound led them to a clearing bathed in a hazy golden light. In its center stood a figure cloaked in shadow who appeared to be in distress. The figure was a warlock, his face obscured by a hood, and his presence exuded an air of desperation. Concerned, Seraphina and Alara approached him cautiously, their eyes filled with empathy. Seraphina's voice carried a hint of caution as she spoke, her voice laced with a soothing melody. "Warlock, why do you wander in the forest with such a troubled spirit? How may we assist you?" The warlock lifted his head, revealing piercing eyes that glowed with an unnerving intensity. A faint smirk danced on his lips as he spoke. His voice was smooth as velvet, but laced with an undercurrent of darkness. "Ah, Seraphina, guardian of secrets, and Alara, nymph of the woods, it seems you have fallen into my trap." Surprise flickered across their faces, but they quickly regained their composure, their instincts sharpened by their connection to the mystical forces. Seraphina's voice resonated with authority as she addressed the warlock. "What game are you playing, warlock? Release us at once." The warlock chuckled, a chilling sound that sent shivers down their spines. "Release you? Oh, my dear witches, you misunderstand. I have no intention of holding you captive. I merely seek your power to fuel my own ambitions." As the warlock spoke, tendrils of inky darkness snaked around his form, swirling with malicious intent. Seraphina and Alara exchanged a glance, a silent understanding passing between them. Their collective strength and the bond they shared would be their greatest weapon. Without hesitation, Seraphina summoned her magic, weaving intricate spells that formed a protective shield around her and Alara. The warlock's dark tendrils lashed out, seeking to breach the barrier, but the shield held strong. Alara's voice rang out, her words infused with ancient enchantments. Vines erupted from the earth, their emerald tendrils entwining around the warlock, binding him tightly. The forest itself responded to her call, rallying to their aid as a chorus of voices echoed through the trees. Fury burned in the warlock's eyes as he struggled against his restraints. "You will pay for this insolence. I am more powerful than you can imagine." Seraphina's voice remained steady, a testament to her unwavering resolve. "We are not alone, warlock. The forest and its magic stand with us. Your twisted ambitions will crumble before the might of nature." With those words, a surge of power coursed through Seraphina and Alara, their connection to the forest strengthening. Light erupted from their beings, illuminating the clearing with a radiant glow. The warlock's dark magic recoiled, unable to withstand the brilliance that surrounded them. Defeated, the warlock's voice held a hint of bitterness. You may have won this battle, witches, but mark my words, our paths shall cross again. As the warlock's form faded into nothingness, Seraphina and Alara released a collective breath, their gazes meeting once more. Their bond, forged in the face of adversity, burned brighter than ever. Unfazed by the counter, and then ChatGPT leaves me without knowing what the next part is. Okay, write me the next part where Seraphina tells Alara how concerned she was for her. Romantic feeling. I have to turn this into romance. Romantic feelings are developing. But there is also a stirring in the forest. The creatures are anxious. Alara is a bit hesitant. No. Alara welcomes Seraphina's feelings, I guess. But is distracted by the tension in the forest. So write me the next part where Seraphina tells Alara how concerned she was for her. Romantic feelings are developing, but there's also a stirring in the forest. The creatures are anxious. Alara welcomes Seraphina's feelings, but is distracted by the tension in the forest. Start after unfazed by the encounter, they ... Okay. Continue from, so that we have a cohesive story. Okay. I'm having too much fun. Alrighty, let's read the next part. Unfazed by the encounter, they stood in the clearing, the remnants of their combined magic swirling around them like a protective cloak. As the tension dissipated, Seraphina's gaze softened, her eyes fixed on Alara, who radiated an otherworldly beauty that seemed to intensify in the aftermath of their battle. Alara, Seraphina began, her voice filled with a tenderness that mirrored the growing affection within her heart. In that moment of danger, my heart clenched with worry for you. The thought of losing you, of anything befalling you, it terrifies me. Alara's luminous green eyes met Seraphina's, their depths shimmering with an understanding that transcended words. She reached out, gently placing her hand on Seraphina's, their connection sending a jolt of warmth through both of them. Seraphina, your concern touches me deeply, Alara whispered, her voice a soothing melody in the stillness of the forest. These feelings, they are not one-sided. There is a bond growing between us, one that surpasses our roles as guardian and nymph. But my dear witch, do you sense it too, the unrest in the forest? As if in response to Alara's words, the very air crackled with a tangible unease. The creatures of the forest, usually harmonious and serene, now seemed restless, their chirps and rustling leaves carrying an undercurrent of anxiety. Seraphina furrowed her brow, her instincts sharpening as she absorbed the subtle cues of her surroundings. "You're right, Alara. There is a disturbance in the forest," Seraphina said, her voice filled with a mixture of concern and determination. "The creatures, the ancient trees, they all sense it. Something is amiss, something that threatens the delicate balance of this realm." Alara nodded, her eyes reflecting a profound connection to the natural world around them. "We must investigate, Seraphina, together. Our powers combined can unveil the truths hidden within these woods." Hand in hand, their fingers entwined, Seraphina and Alara moving through the forest with purposeful steps. As they delved deeper into the heart of the enchanted woods, the forest responded to their presence, guiding them through winding paths and tangled thickets. As they reached a clearing bathed in the soft glow of moonlight, a hushed silence settled over them. The stillness was broken only by the whisper of the wind and the distant murmur of troubled spirits. "Listen, Seraphina," Alara whispered, her voice barely audible. "Can you hear it? The faint cries, the echoes of ancient magic, pleading for aid." Seraphina closed her eyes, her senses attuned to the mystical energies that coursed through the forest. Her heart pounded in her chest as she grasped the significance of the unrest. "I hear them, Alara," she replied, her voice tinged with urgency. "The forest is in peril, and it is calling out to us for help. We must uncover the source of this disturbance and restore the balance that has been disrupted." Alara nodded, her determination mirrored in her emerald eyes. "Let us journey forth, Seraphina. Together we shall confront the darkness that seeks to consume our realm, and in doing so we shall deepen our connection, both as protectors of this forest and as kindred spirits. With resolute hearts and entwined destinies, Seraphina and Alara pressed onward, their footsteps resounding with a newfound purpose. Love blossomed between them, tender and fierce, but their focus remained steadfast on the task that lay ahead. For the forest, bum bum bum, ChatGPT left me on another cliffhanger. All right, let's see what's next. Continuing from this last sentence. Write me the next scene of Alara and Seraphina's investigation of the ominous undercurrent, the current in the forest. There is a feeling of pulsing emanating from a point far in the forest. They will on their way there, okay, on way there, they will interact with a friendly rabbit who becomes their familiar. But the happy times, and when they get to the source of the pulsing. Okay, so I'm telling ChatGPT, continuing from the part we left off, Write me the next scene of Alara and Seraphina's investigation of the ominous undercurrent in the forest. There is a feeling of pulsing emanating from a point far in the forest. On their way there, they will interact with a friendly rabbit who becomes their familiar, but the happy times end when they get to the source of the pulsing. We shall see what ChatGPT gives us next. Okay. For the forest called upon them, its ancient magic guiding their steps towards the heart of the disturbance. They followed the faint pulse, their connection growing stronger with each passing moment. As they ventured deeper into the woods, a small creature emerged from the underbrush, its fluffy white tail bobbing with excitement. A rabbit, its eyes twinkling with intelligence, hopped towards them, seemingly drawn by their presence. Seraphina and Alara exchanged a glance, recognizing the significance of this encounter. The rabbit, sensing their purpose and the purity of their intentions, had chosen to become their familiar. Wow, ChatGPT is quick. With a gentle touch, they welcomed the rabbit into their journey, feeling a surge of warmth as their powers intertwined. The rabbit, now their loyal companion, hopped alongside them, guiding them through the forest with an uncanny sense of direction. Its presence filled their hearts with joy, momentarily relieving the weight of the impending darkness. The pulsing grew stronger, resonating through the trees like a heartbeat. Seraphina and Alara quickened their pace, their hearts pounding in rhythm with the mysterious cadence that beckoned them forward. Finally, they arrived at a clearing bathed in an eerie glow. A towering tree, ancient and majestic, stood at the center, its bark etched with ancient runes that glowed with an otherworldly light. The pulsing emanated from within, a powerful energy that seemed to pull at their very souls. As they approached, a foreboding sense of trepidation gripped their hearts. The rabbit hesitated, sensing the impending danger, but remained steadfast by their side. With a deep breath, Seraphina and Alara reached out together, their hands touching the tree's ancient trunk. In an instant, a surge of energy coursed through them, engulfing them in a blinding light. When the light subsided, they found themselves standing in a realm that mirrored their own forest, yet twisted and corrupted. The vibrant hues of the forest had dulled, replaced by sickly shades of gray and black. The air hung heavy, with a malevolent presence suffocating the very essence of life. A figure materialized before them, draped in darkness and emanating a sinister aura. It was a being corrupted by power, its eyes gleaming with malevolence and twisted desires. "You have come, Seraphina and Alara," the figure hissed, its voice a chilling whisper that echoed through the desolate landscape. "I have been waiting for you." The rabbit trembled at their feet, sensing the imminent danger. Seraphina and Alara exchanged a knowing glance, their bond pulsing with determination. "We are here to stop you, to restore the balance you have disrupted," Seraphina declared, her voice steady despite the rising tension. The corrupted being laughed, a haunting sound that reverberated through the desecrated realm. "You are too late, witches. The forest shall wither and bow before my dark reign. Your love, your power, it is all meaningless in the face of true darkness." With a swift motion, the figure unleashed a surge of destructive energy towards Seraphina and Alara. They raised their intertwined hands, their love and magic intertwining, creating a protective shield. The energy collided, causing a powerful shockwave that had reverberated through the corrupted realm. The battle had begun. The forces of light against the encroaching darkness. Seraphina and Alara stood firm, their love and determination fueling their magic as they fought to reclaim the purity of the forest. In that moment, the rabbit, their loyal familiar, leaped into action. It darted. Another cliffhanger. Ooh, I'm getting excited. But ChatGPT does use a lot of intertwining. Intertwining upon intertwining upon intertwining. I kind of like it though, I have to say. It's very cliche, but it's very fun because it gives me exactly what you want, you know, because it's classic, it's trained to write like what we want it to write. So it's really cool. Just 1 second. Okay. What do we want next? Is the rabbit gonna survive? That's my question. Continue from this point so that it makes a continuous story. And write the battle scene. Battle scene. I want to hear a little bit more from Alara, so have Alara come up. Oh wait, I wanna see the rabbit leap into action first. Write what the rabbit does and how that helps Alara to, I think Alara should be able to bind, because she's a more peaceful being, that helps Alara to bind the mysterious, the corrupted being. Seraphina tries to take the being, to disarm the being, because they're peaceful being. But then the true nature of the being is revealed. Describe who it is, who it is, oh, who is it, it is, who it is, and what this realm is. Okay, I think we're good. I think the next part's good. Continue from, in that moment, the rabbit, their loyal familiar, leaped into action. It darted, and write the battle scene. Write what the rabbit does and how that helps Alara to bind the corrupted being. Seraphina tries to disarm the being, but then the true nature of the being is revealed. Describe who it is and what this realm is. Let's hope ChatGPT does as well. I'm having way too much fun. Okay. Ooh. Oh no. Oh goodness. Okay. I'm just like skimming. All right. But I'm gonna read along with you. In that moment, the rabbit, their loyal familiar, leaped into action. It darted around the corrupted being with astonishing speed. Its small form, a blur of movement. With each nimble hop, the rabbit weaved intricate patterns on the ground, leaving a trail of glowing runes in its wake. Ooh. Alara, sensing the familiar's guidance, understood its intention. She channeled her magic, her connection to the forest growing stronger. The runes sparked with a radiant energy, forming a magical barrier around the corrupted being, confining its malevolence within. Seraphina, witnessing the opportunity, seized the moment to disarm the being. She channeled her power, conjuring ethereal chains that snaked through the air, aiming to bind the being's arms and strip it of its weapons. But as the chains closed in, a flash of light engulfed the figure, revealing its true form. It was not a nameless entity of darkness, but a former guardian of the forest. Corrupted by forbidden knowledge and twisted ambitions, it was Linden, once a wise and revered protector of the mystical realm. Linden's eyes burned with a mixture of rage and sorrow as the truth of his fall from grace was laid bare. Gotta get the voice. I sought to gain ultimate power to reshape this realm as I saw fit, he spat, his voice filled with bitterness. But in doing so, I lost sight of the very essence I swore to protect. The corrupted realm surrounding them began to unravel, revealing its true nature, a manifestation of Lyndon's shattered spirit, a reflection of his own inner torment. The desolation that had once thrived was a testament to his own self-destruction. Ilara's heart ached for Lyndon, recognizing the pain and loss that had driven him to his path. She stepped forward, her voice filled with compassion. Lyndon, your connection to the forest can still be rekindled. We can help you find redemption. A flicker of hope crossed Lyndon's face, but it was quickly replaced by a surge of defiance. Redemption? It is too late for me, he whispered, his voice carrying the weight of remorse. But perhaps through your efforts, this realm can be saved. Ilara's brow furrowed with determination as she extended her hand toward Lyndon. We will restore the balance, not just for the forest, but for you as well. There is still good within you, waiting to be awakened. Lyndon hesitated, his eyes filled with conflict. But in that moment, he made a choice. He reached out, his hand trembling, and he took Ilara's. The corrupted realm shook violently, reacting to Lyndon's decision. The desolation started to crumble, revealing glimpses of verdant landscapes beneath. The essence of the forest began to reclaim its rightful place, fighting back against the darkness that had plagued it. Seraphina joined their hands, completing the circle of unity. Their combined power surged forth, intertwining with the remnants of Lyndon's fading magic. The corrupted energy that had once consumed him began to dissipate, replaced by a glimmer of hope. As the last vestiges of darkness vanished, the realm transformed into a vibrant sanctuary once more. The trees stood tall and proud, bathed in the rejuvenating light. The creatures of the forest emerged from their hiding places, their songs of joy harmonizing with the gentle breeze. Lyndon, freed from the grip of corruption, stood before Seraphina and Ilara with a mixture of gratitude and regret. I am forever indebted to you both, he murmured, his voice filled with a newfound humility. May you continue to protect this realm, not only with your power, but with the love that binds you. I don't want the story to end yet, though. Okay, ChatGPT, you gotta write me one more scene. Okay. So continue from this last line. And write the final scene of this story. Where Seraphina and Ilara say goodbye to Lyndon and continue their path in the forest. The story is sealed with a kiss between our two heroines. And sweet words. I want some dialogue. All right. Let's see what she gives me. ChatGPT's a girl now. But gender's a construct, so I don't know. Okay. ChatGPT, it's non-binary. Okay. Okay. Seraphina and Ilara gazed at Lyndon, their hearts filled with a bittersweet mix of gratitude and hope. They had brought a sliver of redemption to a lost soul, rekindling the spark of goodness that had been buried deep within. We will protect this realm, Linden, with all our strength and love, Seraphina vowed, her voice resolute yet tender. Your journey towards redemption has just begun, and we will be here to support you. Ilara smiled, her eyes shimmering with affection. Remember, Linden, the forest has an incredible capacity for healing. Let its magic guide you back to the path of the light. Linden nodded, a flicker of determination shining in his eyes. I will strive to become the guardian this realm deserves once more. Thank you, Seraphina and Ilara, for showing me the way. With those parting words, Seraphina and Ilara turned away, ready to resume their shared path through the enchanted forest. The rabbit, their loyal familiar, hopped alongside them, a constant reminder of the bond they had forged and a love that fueled their every step. As they ventured deeper into the vibrant forest, Seraphina and Ilara walked hand in hand, their fingers entwined like their destinies. Rays of sunlight filtered through the canopy, casting a golden glow on their faces. Seraphina stopped, turning to face Ilara, her eyes sparkling with affection. Ilara, this journey has brought us together in many ways I could never have imagined. Brought us together in ways I could never have imagined. You've become my beacon of light, illuminating the depths of my heart. Ilara's lips curved into a soft smile, her gaze filled with tenderness. And you, Seraphina, have shown me the beauty of love and the strength it can bestow. In your embrace, I have found solace in a love that transcends the boundaries of this realm. Seraphina leaned in, their breaths mingling, their lips meeting in a sweet and passionate kiss. It was a testament to their shared journey, sealing their bond with a promise of devotion and endless possibilities. Breaking the kiss, Seraphina whispered against Ilara's lips, her voice filled with love. Let our love be a beacon of hope and protection for this forest and all its inhabitants. Together, we shall face whatever challenges lie ahead. Ilara smiled, her heart brimming with warmth. Yes, Seraphina, together with our love and unwavering resolve, we shall safeguard this realm, ensuring its harmony and the flourishing of its enchantment. Hand in hand, Seraphina and Ilara continued their path through the forest, their hearts intertwined, their love radiating like a guiding light. As they ventured forward, the creatures of the forest whispered tales of their bravery and the beauty of their connection. For Seraphina and Ilara had become legends of love and guardians of the mystical realm. And so their story continued, filled with adventures, magic, and an eternal bond that would forever illuminate the enchanted forest. It's pretty good. It's very interesting. Because, well, there's not as much depth there as you would think. There's not as much character development as a writer would have. But it makes things so sweet. It's very good at writing tender moments, which I could use in my writing. So, yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. Well, hopefully I'll write some more. ChatGPT, the non-binary royal, shall write some more. And I, the loyal servant, shall read to you. All right. Have a good night.